Hi guys, Bartek here, welcome to my channel. I thought that the next episode will be about building boxes for bees. It's a typical for my region type of hive, but because of lack of space, I changed my mind and we will make another workbench. I have pieces cut off, prepared. But before I will start assembling it, I would like to show you the context where it will be placed and why the dimensions are as they are. So as you can see, I'm completely out of space, and that's the issue with every single little bigger project like those hives. So that's why I decided to remove those old temporary storage racks by a new work table, and there is a wall, and here I have doors, and the distance is 1.5 meter, and here it's a box for the central heating. So everything in my workbench has to be above that point. So I would like to make a countertop the same level as in my main workbench. Drawers, but drawers will be like maybe you see in my previous video, will be thin like those at the end. And this workbench and the new one I would like to make a bit lighter, because this, as you can see, the legs are double layer 18 millimeters plywood and 12 millimeters, or it's a 10, I guess it's a 10 millimeters on the sides. A new one, I would like to make a legs from single 18 without those 10 at the edges on the sides. Also with rebar, it's more or less 5 centimeters, and there is also a beam on the other side around 10 centimeters. So that's the project for today, and let me show you how I would like to assemble all the pieces. So back to the pieces. Here I have 4 pieces, 4 legs, 2 and 2. They're almost the same, but as you can see, I have some undercuts. In my previous project, I had to make some support for a beam for drawers. Here I made those cuts, and those are front drawers, legs, and those 2 are back. Here we will have support for the countertop, and here it's a place for support for drawers. Front and back legs will be joined together with a dowel and glued together like this. That's why I have 4 legs. Here we have 2 joiners. So let me put them on the side so I can show you the other pieces. That's because I don't know how deep the workbench will be finally, because I don't want to make it as deep as this one. I would like to make some, of course, indent for countertop to legs, like more or less 8 centimeters. But then drawers should be on the same, more or less the same level as end of legs. So that's why it is not sliced it. That's the front beam to support countertop. And here I have a back part also to support countertop. They will be leveled. Okay. Let's put them flat. And here we have two beams to support drawers. Here on the sides we have single spots for those supports, but here in the middle I will take two pieces, because here's a spot for a one drawer, second and the third one. But to make a distance and to avoid the drawers collision and falling down in some cases, I have 4mm scraps that I already used for hikes. That's why they are not long enough, because they should have more or less 70-80 centimeters. So I have longer pieces and then shorter one. Let me show you how it will look like this one. Same here. And the same here. Yeah, so it's more or less 6-7 millimeters. It's just good enough to avoid collision between drawers. And all those three pieces will be glued, nailed together, and then trimmed to the correct length. Okay, so here we have, let's say this is a back part. So yeah, it will be like this. It has to be quite tight, not too tight, but quite. It's another back piece. And with the front the same. Make some space. And the last leg on that side. Yep. Those elements will be between those two legs, but my support is too short right now, so let's assume it is here. In this place I will put this one just cut it half, or however it will be needed. Yeah, and the same here. Yeah, so that will be our support for drawers. Yeah, and we assume that this will be the same level as those. So let me remove this to show you the countertop supports. This one will go in front. And this one will go at the bottom. So here, that will be supporting countertop. And this one will be supporting countertop from the front. And here I will have few centimeters space for drawers. It should be good enough for sanding papers, gloves, some measuring tapes, squares, all those small pieces that are still on the top of my workbench. And yeah, so let's nail glue all these pieces together. Countertop is there. I will show you how I do assembling, and then I will show you how it looks at the end in the final spot. Okay, our back and front legs were nailed, glued, all beams are attached. So now it's the time to attach that support, and I don't have such long clamps, so I will show you my trick how to. It's not the solution, but it's kind of a workaround how you can do this using the short clamps. So let's do those two pieces, and then whole frame should be ready. So now is the time for a trick. That wasn't a trick. So what we need a piece of wood, can be a plywood, doesn't matter. We need to clamp it to one of our elements. It has to be very tight. Then using other clamp, we can join those two pieces together. So, glue is almost dry. I prepared those supports for drawers. Um, now they have correct length. It's a flash here and flash on the other side. So now I'm going to glue them and nail just a bit to avoid any movement, and I will let it dry. Then at the end, once this will be dry, countertop will go on the top, glue, nail, and that's it. Sun is going lower and lower, so very soon I will have very terrible light here. Countertop is behind me. It's not sanded yet. I will sand it after glue up. The frame is 6 centimeters smaller than the width of the countertop. So what I do to align this with my frame, I take 2 scraps of plywood. I mark 3 centimeters line, and I will attach this to countertop before mounting. I would like to have a back part flush because it will touch a wall from that side and the back, but from both sides, on the left and right, I would like to have this 3 centimeters. It's easier to for cleanup. It's easier to. Sometimes I need to put some sheets of I don't know, plywood or wherever. So it's a nice spot. And in front, I don't care much because I know that the width and the depth will be 90 centimeters, so the same as the workbench behind me. So now I can remove all those lamps from the top, put a glue on it, and put a countertop and nail this. So as you can see, main part of this task was done. It's all framed. Countertop is glued, nailed. Now it's drying. Support for drawers is done. Whole frame is done. From my point of view, it's a bit of shaky, a bit of unstable. That's probably because the plywood is very flexible. It's maybe I will have to add something extra to make it rock solid. But we will see. So far, it looks okay. I will put this into the corner of my garage. So maybe if I will, maybe those 2 walls will support this enough, and that workbench is mostly designed for light works like painting. Maybe I will put a small saw on it, and drawers for sanding papers and gloves. So everything that I have on my main workbench should be placed here. Also, probably I will make some shelves that I will put on this, because I prefer things standing on the ground instead of hanging on the wall. Especially that I have those tails on my wall, and they are very, very hard. So it's not fun to drill to drill in it. So now I need to wait again for a glue. At least an hour it has to be clamped, because there are some pressure points. Even I used nails, but still. Then I will sand everything, and I will clean up mess there, and we will see how it works. It is very next day. New workbench is on place. As you can see, there's the drill, so the old storage racks were removed from that place. Maybe it doesn't look like a handled mess, but trust me, it's way better than it was. Let me show you how it looked like. Yeah, so here I have space for 3 drawers. Behind the plastic there is my welding machine and a saw for metal, and here, as you can see, there is no shelf above the floor, so I can store there. I'm not sure if that will be visible, but I have those heavy equipment, heavy tools on the pieces of pallet on the wheels, so now I can just slide in and out, because here my original workbench there is a shelf, so yeah, you can see here, so I cannot put my saw or heavy things without lifting them in that workbench. Here I had to double the back leg. It is still, as you can see, a bit shaky, so the walls didn't help as I expected. Doubled legs are quite okay. Maybe I will have to do this for the front legs as well, but there are some limitations, because behind I have this box with all valves for the central heating, so I don't have too much room to make it stable. Maybe I will have to fix it to the wall. We will see. Yeah, but overall the new workbench is done. Today I have to take care of my bees, so those boxes will also release some space in my garage, and yeah, so let's end up in this beautiful new view. So thanks for watching, stay safe, stay home, and keep up the good work. See you next time.